Since the changes made to strikers around TU14, where they removed the stack loss upon missing the target, strikers has been a mainstay and pretty much been the all-time meta or best in slot within the Division 2 for the vast majority of players for the vast majority of content. However, in TU22, strikers saw one change. They reduced the stack amplifier from the backpack from 0.65 to 1 down to 0.65 to 0.9. In total, this is a 10% DPS loss. Throughout my time playing the Division 2, and as well as being a genuine striker enjoyer, there has been one thing that I have always been fond of playing around with, and that's just trying to find weird and wacky ways to make strikers stronger without the use of the backpack. However, thanks to TU22, we are now able to redefine the meta. I'm sure we've all seen it, the standard go-to striker build, 4-piece strikers, chest to chest with Obliterate, and then Coyote's Mask. A dime a dozen, they're all over the place in the game, and obviously basically every YouTuber at some point has covered this build. And obviously when TU22 came around, because this build has been so strong and a mainstay within the game for so long, I imagine no one thought to check it. And weirdly, this actually came into me in a painkiller-induced dream last night of where I've been reconnecting and talking to Dispatch lately. I remembered weirdly the first time I actually was introduced to him and started talking to him, and it was over a strikers build video of where I was talking about the math and how it works and other things in which we're able to do with strikers, and this led to a lengthy, healthy debate, and since then we've become internet friends. And from there, weirdly, I woke up this morning and thought I'm going to play around and test strikers and check all the numbers because I feel like I'm missing something here. And lo and behold, we're able to actually now beat strikers backpack by a considerable margin. So this is the math for the builds. Striker standard, the top one, is the normal build, Coyote's Mask, chest to chest with Obliterate. The one below that, Lexington Mix, is what I'm going to be proposing. As you can see, this is like a 13.13% increase in DPS, and due to how this changes and the fact that we're using the exact same weapon, this will also increase our sustained DPS. Ha ha ha. So yeah, it is just stronger across the board. The next thing to note is without striker stacks, it's 30.27% stronger. Yeah, this build is basically just winning across the board on all fronts all the damn time. Thank you, TU22. You've actually just made striker builds stronger than they were originally. Who knew? So, what is this magical build, I hear you ask? Well, it's pretty simple. We just remove Coyote's Mask and replace the backpack with Grupo. Yeah. Now, the builds that I've been showing for the math and the build I'm running in the background is what you can see on screen now. Chest gut, glass cannon, chest with a Grupo backpack with... I'm using Unstoppable Force. I've put Vigilance in. These two are completely interchangeable. At the top end, they both do the exact same. So pick and choose your poison when it comes to backpack talent. Absolutely. Now, for those of you that are going, oh, great, another glass cannon build, don't you worry. Utilizing Obliterate, which hopefully you can see in the total weapon damage, it's 4-5, 20 for Obliterate, 25 for Unstoppable Vigilance, depending on what you want to go, but it's still 5% stronger than strikers with the backpack and Coyote's Mask. So you are still going to be winning here. And then the main benefit of this build, not just having slightly higher DPS, is obviously going to be the fact that while stacking, this is still 20.89% stronger. So going Obliterate Vigilance or Obliterate Unstoppable Force is still very much a viable option if you don't want to go down the glass cannon route. That being said, if you're an absolute mad lad, going down the PGC sacrifice route is absolutely a viable option, and it is the strongest variant of this, giving us a total of 16.94% DPS increase at the top end. It's like, yeah, this thing is just huge. It's so much stronger than the Striker's backpack. If you want a little bit more survivability, you can opt in for Palisade. I've put it here as the backpack, but it's up to you where you want to put it, backpack or chest. Obviously, this is Obliterate Vigilance, so we have dropped a considerable amount of damage, but it is still 1.84% stronger across the board. And obviously, we get 10% armor on kill, so if you're running Gunner or Preservation, you can just add to that. So this potentially could help you out. And again, it is still stronger before stacking. And just to sate the crazies, I checked Memento, and your answer is no. No, it's like nearly 13% worse across the board. Yeah, sorry, not sorry. Obviously, this is actually still stronger than what it previously was. Well, I say stronger, it's in the exact same place. It's the Strikers in this regard is now a little bit weaker. So this is more viable. That being said, I still wouldn't recommend it. However, it is still something that you absolutely can do if you wish. Entirely up to you. Now, just in case you're not picking up what I'm putting down, what I'm essentially saying here is get a backpack with a damage talent, vigilance, unstoppable force, put it all red. As you can see here, I've just put improvised in just for shits and giggles, essentially. Crit chance, crit damage, weapon damage, blah-de-blah-de-blah. This beats out no matter what you actually have here. As long as one piece is Cheska, the other backpack can be whatever you want. You can go 511 for the health if you want. As long as it's got crit chance, crit damage, weapon damage, vigilance, or unstoppable force, it beats Striker's backpack. Not by much. Look at the Palisade Obliterate one for like the comparison, essentially. It's like 1% more. But essentially what I'm saying is Striker's backpack is no longer best in slot. Having a full red high-end backpack with a damage talent is now best in slot. The idea here would to actually be get your stats around 58 crit chance, 140 critical hit damage, and then put whatever damage talent you want on. For all the comparisons that I used on the spreadsheets and the math and what I'm running in game, I am using Killer on Lexington, but yeah, replace your AR with the same damage talent or whatever talent you want across the board. It always wins. The minimum I've got it is about 1%. The highest I've got was with PGC, the gift for Perfect Glass Cannon and Perfect Vigilance. And yes, just because I can hear everyone asking already, I will be doing a video testing this sort of setup with Backfire. God, I just know someone's going to be, oh, how does this work with Backfire? With two-piece Cheska? We'll find out. But for today, rest of today, I'm pretty busy, so it will have to be a tomorrow job. I also need to do a comparison for Heartbreaker, the build that I showed yesterday, versus Hunter's Fury with near enough the exact same setup, which is going to be interesting. So yeah, I've got a lot of things on my plate, all right? Give me a minute. Anyway, that is going to do it for this video. We've just breached 8 minute 30. So have fun, good luck, don't die. It's bad for the health.